Hey, welcome to Heal the New Sexy, where we discuss all things healing, self-love, and relationships. My name is Cynthia. I want to talk about our single women keeping single women single. This was a comment that I recently received on one of my videos that it was a husband actually. He said, I tell my wife all the time that it's single women keeping single women single. It's like the blind leading the blind. So I wanted to talk about it. I know in these relationship streets, there's a lot of conversations about single coaches and should you be able to coach if you're single. As a therapist, because I am a therapist in real life, there's not that conversation. There's not the conversation of, are you married or you're not married? Okay, I don't want to work with you. I work with married women. I work with married men in my therapy practice. And I've never had someone say in a session like, okay, Smithy, I'm not going to listen to what you say because you're not married. You've never been married. You don't know what this is like. Never had it. If anything, one of the greatest compliments I've ever received was from a married woman who said, my husband said, I need to schedule an appointment with you because he could tell it's been a while since I've talked to you and I need to come back and talk to you, right? So that's one of the greatest compliments I've ever had. I don't think it's a matter that single women are keeping women single. I think it's a matter of if you are getting information from an unhealthy place, that's what's going to keep you single. Okay. And an unhealthy place could be a married man, a married woman, a single man, or a single woman. And I think we have to be wise on where we're consuming the information. Here at my channel, right, I'm working with women as it relates to healing from childhood trauma, as it relates to ending toxic dating cycles and preparing for true love. That's the mission of this channel. I want every woman who I work with to have their happily forever after, right? That's what I want. But I do believe that we have to address some of the unhealthy behaviors and patterns and dysfunction that is out there, right? You can't build a healthy relationship on dysfunction. You can't build a healthy relationship on toxic cycles. And I find it funny sometimes because many of you may read the comments in my videos, I don't know, but I do a lot of blocking and removing people because I noticed that either married men comment a lot, especially in the middle of the night. Why are you watching me in the middle of the night? I can see what time you placed the comment. Why are you watching me? Why are you watching me in the middle of the night? Or I have single men commenting, right? And sometimes the comments from single men are very encouraging and sometimes they're not. But I just wanted to address this because I feel like there's an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed, right? Wisdom is not based off of your marital status. That's not what it's based off of. Wisdom is given to you. You can study, right? Or in life situations, you can obtain it or God can gift it to you, right? We're supposed to seek it out. But I think sometimes when people don't like what you're saying, they try to find a way to disqualify you. So since I'm in the relationship space, actually I'm in the healing and relationship space. You know, if someone doesn't like what I say, what happens is they automatically go and try to attack me. Now, I'm going to say this. I have thick skin. I delete you, I block you, and I move on because I know the intent of my heart and I know that I'm coming on to help women to have their happily ever after. That is the mission of this channel, to heal dysfunction, heal toxicity, be able to identify it up front so you're not wasting time, you're not wasting your life, and guess what? You can keep it pushing. Kiss that frog and move on, okay? So if that frog don't turn into a prince, you can move on to whoever your prince is. But I just find it really enlightening. I guess I'm gonna call it enlightening because everyone who you encounter can have wisdom, but they may not have the same experience as you have. The man who delivered my son didn't have a uterus. He was a man. And I didn't say, oh no, you've never had a uterus. You can't do this. No, help me. You went to school. You're the top OBGYN. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm ready. Come on, I'm ready. Okay. I remember one time, working before I had a child, I was doing in-home therapy and I was working with a family and a dad asked me, well, how can you teach us about parenting and you're not a parent? And I said, well, I've gone to school, but two, I was once a child. I know how a child wants to be treated. right? I know a child still wants to be treated with dignity, wants to be treated with respect. And the reason why I'm here is because those things are not happening. In my humanity, I don't have to be a parent to know that there's a way that you treat another human being. And after I said that, he was like, oh, okay. Right? But sometimes I feel like, especially in social media, people, if they don't like what you're saying, they want to discount you. And the easiest way to discount is, because you can't discount my education, right? You can't discount that. The easiest way to say, well, you're single, so you don't know what you're talking about. And even if you study, right? The reason why I'm even successful in practice and working with married women and men is because I studied and I applied what I studied, but also with the experience and the feedback of the men and the women that I work with that are married, and them saying, Cynthia, you told me to do this. I went home and implemented it, and things just changed in my marriage. Like, I'm only working with one spouse, and they're giving me this positive feedback, because guess what? Wisdom is not just about your life experience. It's something that you seek. It's something that you ask God to give you. And I think if we stop trying to discount people because of a season in their life, and seasons change, get the wisdom or not. That's it. Get the wisdom or not. Like, okay, but to discount someone because they're not in the same place that you are in your life. And let's be honest, like I said, seasons change. You can be married today and divorced tomorrow. And I'm not wishing that and speaking that on anyone. But what I wish or hope above all else is that we don't look at somebody single as if they don't have the ability to be wise, especially as it relates to relationships, because we quote Paul all the time. And Paul was not married. He was not married, right? So how is it that is it because Paul was a man? Is that what it is, right? How do we quote Paul as it relates to telling us all this information about marriage, but you'll see a woman and you'll be like, see, it's the single women. They keep the women single. That's not what we're here for. Can I be honest? Let me be honest. The videos, like I did one video on 7 characteristics of a healthy man. Do you know that video, in the back of it, you can see analytics. On the back of that, first of all, no man commented on that video. No man said anything. Married, single, they didn't say anything about that video, okay? But there were even people who didn't like that video. So whether you say, this is how you build a healthy relationship, or you say, this is what's going on with these toxic cycles, as a content creator, you can't win. Because it has to do with the algorithm, and it has to do with people who interact with it. So whether I'm saying, listen, this is how you treat a man. I did a video on feminine communication, and I talked about Abigail and how she talked to David and how we're supposed to talk to men. Didn't one man commented on that video. Not one. And it didn't get as many views. It didn't. So when I do healthy videos, they don't get many views. To be honest, they don't. Unless it has something really to do with marriage, then it gets more views. But if I say, like, these are the things, these are the struggles of single women, this is what's going on with them. There's always a man, a married man, late in the midnight hour when God's supposed to be turning it around. He in my comments. I don't know why. I don't know why. But this is what I hope. I hope that there aren't people out. Well, first of all, my channel is for single women. Okay, so let's say that. But I think we need to stop discounting wisdom because it's not packaged in the way that we want it to be packaged. That's all. So this is Heal the New Sexy. My name is Cynthia, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.